The Pope is dead, and ever since he died, the people that said he was the Antichrist have been really quiet. Today is April 24th. It's now 7 and 11 p.m. And once again, here we are, another week, recording a podcast that nobody listens to. And a lot of things happened, right, this week, I guess. And the Pope died, right? It's not cool that he died, of course. Actually, he didn't die this week, right? Was it last week? It was last week, right? I can't remember. But he died, and I don't, at first I didn't have anything to say about it. But the more I thought about it, I started remembering that there was some conspiracy theories that became very popular, especially after the Pope. The Pope was very pro LGBTQ plus rights, and ever since he started showing his support to those communities, a lot of conspiracy theories that said he was the Antichrist started popping up, right? I mean, even before that, because every time an important person comes to light, there's always going to be someone pointing to that person and saying that they are probably the Antichrist, right? I mean, in 2016, Trump became the president. People were saying that he might be the Antichrist. Then Biden won the elections in 2020, and people were saying that maybe he was the Antichrist. And then Trump won again, and then there was people saying that he was the Antichrist, and that Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg were the guys from the apocalypse, right? The four warriors, the four horsemen of the apocalypse, right? So whenever someone rises to a place of power, I guess, they are always people always assume that they might be the Antichrist, right? And the Pope before the one that died just now, Pope Francis, he also was accused of being the Antichrist until he fucking he stepped out. He didn't leave because he died. He just decided to leave the popedity. I don't fucking know how it's called. But so every time a new pope steps up, is that how? Every time a new pope is elected, they are going to be fucking accused of being the Antichrist, and you can be sure that the next one is probably going to be accused of being the Antichrist again, right? Because the thing is, we are all searching for a meaning in life, and we all want the apocalypse to be real, because we all want to burn and see the world ending. We all want to see big explosions, and we all want something exciting and terrifying to happen in our lives. Why? I don't fucking know. We should have some survivor instincts that actually made us want the opposite of it. But something inside of every and each one of us just wants calamity. Everybody wants to see the world burning in some sense. Everybody has a tingling desire to see everything ending. And so we create conspiracy theories that this time, surely, the Pope is the fucking Antichrist. Okay? And, I mean, the new Pope has not been elected yet, so we can't say that he is the Antichrist. However, there's already conspiracy theories, and, I mean, not really conspiracy theories, but old prophecies emerging that the Pope that died, right, Pope Francis, was going to be the last Pope, and there's not going to be another Pope because the final judgment is here, finally. So like the guy, so when he was alive, he was supposedly probably, high chances of being the fucking Antichrist. Now that he's dead, you would think that those people would be like, okay, baby, this bullshit is not real. But no, they just fucking say that he's the last one because now is the fucking last judgment, right? So every person in a position of power, in a position of, how can I say it, of notoriety, is an antichrist in potential. Is a potential antichrist. Just like every man is a potential rapist, every person, I mean, at the end of the day, every person is a potential antichrist if you think about it, right? Because that's the problem. Like, conspiracy theorists, they are supremacist, they are racist, and they are sexist. That's why I am a conspiracy theorist, by the way. No, I'm joking. Maybe. But anyways, that's why conspiracy theorists are fucking crazy. Because they always think that the Antichrist is going to come from the United States of America. From the USA, the greatest country in the world, supposedly. I don't fucking know, I don't live there. Okay, but it's always a guy that comes from the USA. It's always white, it's always a man, right? But we don't know. Maybe the Antichrist is in fucking South Sudan right now, leading an army, Maybe he's a warlord, black man from Sudan that is killing children. Or something like that, okay? Maybe it's a woman, okay? Maybe it's a woman that is getting gangbanged right now. Or not, I don't fucking know. Who knows? I mean, but why is the Antichrist always a fucking white man from the US? Okay, and I'm not woke, by the way. I'm not woke, I'm not complaining, I'm just wondering. Like, that's kind of predictable. That's kind of boring. So anyways, the same thing happened this last time, Trump won the election. There was some conspiracy theory saying that Jeff Bezos, Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, and Trump were the horsemen of the apocalypse. And all I could think of was like, really, these guys? Are these guys really the ones supposed to bring the fucking apocalypse? I mean, Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos, okay, those I understand, because they look kind of scary, they have that villain look to them, they are kind of ripped. Mark Zuckerberg practices jiu-jitsu, I think. He looks like a robot. He looks like a fucking creature from hell. Jeff Bezos has a really fucking creepy bald head. Okay, like, I don't have anything against bald people, but Jeff Bezos's bald head is pretty fucking creepy. So, those two I can't understand, but Elon Musk and Trump being the horsemen of the apocalypse, really? They probably can't even fucking climb on horseback. Okay? And really, like, 4 billionaires are going to be the fucking horsemen of the apocalypse. Really? Like, isn't being billionaire enough in their lives? They also want to be the fucking horsemen of the apocalypse? Really? Like, dude, you're already fucking a billionaire. Like, what other spotlight do you want in your life? So yeah, like, conspiracy theorists are kind of racist, they are kind of supremacists, they are kind of sexists. And that's why I am one of them. I'm sorry, I already made this joke. When I start running out of things to say, I just keep repeating myself just to see if, But anyways, like, people are kind of dumb. So like, in those marketing strategies, people always say that you need to repeat yourself a couple of times at least, because people have short attention spans. So, if you say something, they will forget it very easily. And so, I'm trying to use marketing strategies to to see if someone listens to this fucking podcast, because nobody fucking listens to this. Not, I mean, to be honest, not even I listen to it. So I can't really blame it. I can't blame the universe for not making me rich and popular. If not even I listen to my podcast, because I could at least listen to myself to see what I could do better. But I don't. Anyways, enough of that shit. So yeah, the Pope's dead. But he died 88 years old. He had a good run, He had a good run. He was a beautiful and good man, right? He was kind-hearted. He was cool, right? I think he was, at least. For me, he was cool. He was Argentinian, which is whatever, right? I mean, I don't like Argentinians too much, but yeah, it's okay. He was cool, at least. And yeah, that's how life goes. And now there's the expectation for the new pope, and it's funny because then the process to elect a new pope is something that always make everyone interested in it. Even atheists become interested in the fucking election of the new pope, right? Because there's so much secrecy, there's such a mystery involved. And when they decide, when they elect someone, they throw that smoke out of the window. And it's kind of creepy, if you have a religion that is about good, I mean, that's kind of a creepy fucking ritual. But it's because it's creepy that it's so mysterious. And so, there's something in it, that gets people going, right? And yeah, what I was going to say something, but I completely forgot about it. I'm kind of nervous today. I don't know why. But yeah. So, I mean, I was raised a Protestant, I was raised in a Protestant family. So I'm not Catholic, and I don't really know their rituals and all of their practices. And I don't really care much about the Pope. I mean, not for the person, I care for every person in the world, But for the position of the Pope, I don't care much. But the election to the next Pope, it's something that really interests me, And I'm excited to see what's the next Pope, what will be the next conspiracy theory that's going to eventually arise, that, that this Pope is the fucking Antichrist, that this Pope is a fucking horseman of the apocalypse, that this Pope is this and that and all of that bullshit, right? There's for sure going to be a lot of theories for the new Pope. I'm sure of it, and I'm excited for it. I'm waiting for it because I have nothing else in my life, and just like everybody else, I also have a morbid curiosity for the end of all things. Okay. I mean, I don't want it. Consciously, I don't want it, but there's something inside of me that just wants to see everything fucking ending in a catastrophic failure. I don't know why, but that's how it goes. I'm just a human. I'm only a human after all. That kind of thing. Anyways, I'm kind of rusty doing this. I didn't record this last week. I couldn't record last week's podcasts, so I'm kind of feeling out of it. I mean, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. The thing is, man, that at the same time that I like doing this, I like doing this. But at the same time, there's always why do I do this if nobody listens to it? Because, I have no fucking basis to know if this is good or not. Because in my head, my ideas are at least kind of funny. At least a little bit funny in my head. Jesus, in my head. But I don't know if they are funny. I don't know if I communicate them in a funny manner. I'm fucking dying here. I don't know if I can communicate my ideas well enough. And I don't have any feedback because nobody listens to this shit. Because I mean, who will fucking listens to a 1 hour podcast by a nobody nowadays? You know? Why? Why? Back then, people used podcasts as a way to step up in the ladder. Nowadays, you have to step up in the ladder to make a podcast that people are going to care about. Because there's just so many fucking podcasts. I should have started doing this fucking 7 years ago, before there was this boom on this fucking podcast sphere. But anyways, yeah, so I don't fucking know if my podcast is good or not. I don't know what the fuck I have to get better at. I mean, I know there's a lot of things I need to get better at, you know. But I would like to know if at least some of the things that I say are funny or not. But it's impossible because nobody listens to this fucking shit. Maybe I should... I think I should put an AI to listen to my podcasts to judge it. Or maybe an AI could help me out here. Because, I mean, it's the only fucking solution. Because, I mean, a real person is not going to fucking listen to this. Anyways, speaking of Rusty, Rust Cole, do you know that name? It's a character from the show True Detective. And I have something to say about this character. Okay. Yesterday, I went to get a haircut. My hair was very long and messy, and it was pissing me off. It was making me self-conscious, you know, and I already hate myself, so I didn't want to hate myself even more. You know, every day, man, the whole fucking day, I was just feeling terrible with myself. So I went to get a haircut. And because I hate myself, I had this idea of getting a mullet. Okay? And you know, I hate myself. So I was going to get a mullet. Because mullets are hideous. Mullets are pathetic. Mullets are like one of the worst inventions. It was stupid back then in the 70s, the 80s, I don't fucking know when people used that shit, but it was pathetic and terrible back then. And it's even more nowadays, okay? The first time I saw a guy with a mullet, it was like 6 years ago, I don't know, fucking 5 years ago. And when I saw that guy, I was like, I hate these fucking haircuts, and I hate this guy for wearing these haircuts, and I hate everybody that uses this fucking haircut because it's fucking terrible. It looks terrible, and everybody that does this is a fucking attention whore. That was my line of thinking when I saw that fucking horrendous mess. And you know, I mean, in my mind, I was like, getting a haircut like that didn't even cross my mind, right? However, yesterday, you know, I noticed my hair was quite long, and my hair is kind of curly, kind of wavy, so, you know, I was like, okay, maybe I could pull it off. And, you know, it's trendy. So, if I do a mullet and it looks stupid, I mean, it's still trendy. I mean, mullets always look stupid anyway, right? So if I do one and I look stupid, then it means it's a great fucking haircut because it achieved its purpose of being stupid. And you know, and I was like, I could see this as a challenge, right? I should expose myself to the ridiculousness of using a mullet. So I was convinced to get a mullet haircut. And on the way to the barber shop, I started having anxiety, you know. I've cut my hair bald once. I mean, not like bald, you know, but very, very, very short, you know, kind of like military style. And I didn't have much anxiety doing that as I had going to the barber shop to get a mullet. And I arrived at the barber shop. He was cutting the hair of a guy who was there before me, And between this time that I sat there in the chair waiting for my time, I was like, there's no fucking way in hell I'm going to do that to myself, because I hate myself, but I don't hate myself that much. Okay, there's just no fucking way I'm going to get this fucking stupid ass haircut. So I take the picture, so I wipe out my phone, whip out my phone, not wipe out. I whip out my phone. I search for the picture of a guy that kind of looks like me, I have that look, I kind of have that wavy hair, I kind of have that Chad squared face. So I whip out the picture of this beautiful guy. My time comes. I sit on the barber's chair and I show him the picture of Matthew McConaughey on True Detective, playing his character as Rust Cole. And my barber just starts laughing. Like he actually starts hysterically laughing. Like he starts laughing like in an offensive manner. Okay, that kind of offended me. Okay. I mean, I was like, there's no way that it's just this much. Like there's no way it's this impossible for me to look like this guy. And, while he's still laughing, he points to the guy that was cutting, that was getting his hair cut before me. He was leaving the shop. He points at the guy and he says, that guy, he showed me a picture of Brad Pitt. Why are we men like that? Why do we want so bad what we can't have? Like, there's so many haircuts that I could settle for. There's so many pictures, more humbling pictures that I could. Matter of fact, that was a very humbling experience for me. But there were many haircut pictures that I could have shown him that I could achieve with my hair. But I showed him the haircut of Matthew McConaughey in True Detective, playing his role as Rust Cole. And that just shows how gay I fucking am. How gay because I want to be Rust Cole. Okay, I want to be Rust Cole. And I have, ever since I watched True Detective, I have been wanting to be Rust Cole. All of this time, I have been wanting to be that guy. But I know I can't be ever that guy. I know Rust Cole is not literally me. Right? But I am a fucking closeted gay guy. So I show a picture of this guy that I think is hot and cool as fuck, that I want to bang me, to my barber shop. And he just fucking starts laughing at me. And yeah, that's the story. I that was a very humbling experience, And, I like Rust Cole so much that, when I was watching True Detective, I was going through a moment in my life that I was pondering. I was thinking about stopping smoking. And for those who haven't watched it, you should go watch it because it's a pretty cool show. But, Rust Cole in that show, he smokes a lot of cigarettes. Okay? And I gave up on trying to stop smoking because of Rust Cole. Because he was just so fucking cool smoking that I was like, there's no way, I can't be that guy, ever. I'm never going to be that guy. Okay, I know it. You know it. Everybody fucking knows it. But I'm going to at least copy some of the things that he does that I think is cool. I can't copy his drinking habits because I am terrible at drinking, But I can smoke, so I'm going to fucking chain smoke like he does in the fucking show, and I'm going to get a haircut like this, like his, because deep down inside, I probably want him to bang me or something, like probably some sort of psychoanalysis could explain that, I don't fucking know. So I was like, okay, give me the fucking Rust Cole haircuts. And I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not fucking Matthew McConnell. So, like, he, like, he could achieve that. Like, he could make the fucking perfect haircut, and I would still not be fucking cool enough. But it was good enough for me, So that's the history of how I got laughed at, for showing my picture to the fucking barber. And I'm sure every man has a story similar to this one. I don't know why the fuck we do that. You know, every time I see someone with a hair that looks cool, I always want to have a haircut like that. I'm never happy with my own hair. I always want the hair of the other, because the grass is always greener on the fucking other side. But yeah, that's a very frustrating experience, man. The man experiences in life is fucking frustrating, Because at the end of the day, all we want is to get hot enough so we get our dick sucked. Right? But when you are self-conscious and you have self-hatred, you think you can never make it. Right? You can never fucking make it. But you can make it. But you can't really, because you are not going to stop being a piece of shit, so you can't make it. So anyways, that was my history of getting laughed at the barbershop for showing him a picture of Matthew McConnell and asking him to make me look like that. And that's the history of how I was a coward and couldn't commit to the fucking mullets. And I'm fucking glad I didn't, because that shit would have looked horrible, just like it does in everybody else, okay? If you are not an American redneck, you don't have the right to have a mullet. And if you are not traveling back from the 80s, you don't have the right to have a mullet, okay? That shit's fucking terrible, man. Like, stop, it's fucking all attention seeking. Stop seeking attention, okay? I mean, yeah, you want to bang a woman. I do too, everybody does. And I know that you think that your stupid fucking weird ass hair is going to make you be able to do it, but you like, yeah, maybe it will, but I mean, there's other haircuts out there that are going to achieve the same fucking point. So please don't make me see your fucking stupid ass mullet. It looks terrible. It makes me wretch. Okay, I want to vomit every time I see a motherfucker with a fucking mullet and a fucking mustache. Okay, fuck off. Fuck off, you are not in the fucking 80s, you are not cool, you are not cool. I am not cool. Nobody's fucking cool. Okay, nobody outside the TV is cool. Okay? Okay? When you are walking down the street with your fucking mullet and your fucking mustache, man, there's not a fucking yellow filter to make the scene look cool. You are walking hunched, looking at your fucking phone, walking like a fucking asshole. Okay, you don't look cool, you look stupid. There's fucking cars honking. The setting is not there. Like, the world is not a place for cool people. Okay, the real world is no place for people to look cool. In the daily life. In our daily life, there's no moments that we can achieve coolness. Okay? And if there are, they are very, very rare. So if you let your mustache grow and you get a mullet haircut, like, that shit's going to look terrible, okay? Like, that shit's going to look terrible on you when you are on the mall doing your groceries, okay? That shit's going to look terrible as you wait in line for your dentist appointment, okay? Like, in the movies, they show all of the cool moments, but they never show the ordinary life of a guy, you know? It does not show, like, the guy, like, even when, like, in movies, even when people wake up, they have makeup and they look good and they don't look like fucking zombies. In real life, you wake up, you look terrible, okay? So, stop trying to fucking copy the look from the 80s, the look from like, you look stupid in that fucking jeans jacket, you look stupid with that fucking mustache, and you look stupid with that fucking mullet. Okay, you are not a character from an 80s movie. So just fucking quit it, okay? Just fucking quit it. Why? Because I said so. Okay, or don't. I don't fucking care. Just don't fucking appear in front of me. Don't fucking appear in front of me. Get out of my face. Anyways, that's my story. And what else happened this week? Fortune got hacked, right? And it got hacked, and some people were saying that it was going to die for real. And I couldn't believe it, so I searched up to see what was the current status. And apparently Fortune is going to get back on its feet, which is great, because I was feeling sad because Fortune got hacked. Now, you may think that I am someone that uses Fortune regularly, that I'm an avid user because of that, but I'm not. I was sad because Fortune has the fucking best porn in the internet. And yes, the only reason I ever went into Fortune was to fucking jerk off. And it never disappointed me. There was always some freaky ass stuff on the porn boards for you to jerk off. There was always something new there for you to fucking just let all of your animalistic desires out. You could always find something new and freaky that you never jerked off before too. Because when you were an army and you just go to fucking Xvideos or Pornhub to jerk off, you start getting tired of it. You start getting tired of that army life. So you start looking for alternative places to jerk off. And you eventually arrive at some freaky places like 4chan, where they have like some crazy fucking ass porns. And so I was like, okay, like I haven't been watching porn anymore. I decided to quit porn. But I'm glad that Fortune is back, because if someday I give up on giving up of watching porn, then I am sure I will want to go to 4chan to jerk off, because they always have the best material and the freakiest new stuff. And I wonder how many people got into cuckoldry and sissy porn because of Fortune. I know I'm one of them. Just joking, surely I'm just joking. No, I'm really just joking. But anyways, I wonder how many people got completely corrupted and became fucking cuckolds and sissies because of Fortune. Probably a shit ton of people. That, like, there was probably so many fucking reassignment surgeries because of Fortune, man. Like, the people on Fortune probably made some fucking transitioning clinics so much fucking money. And they probably helped a lot of black guys get laid too. Okay? Because people on 4chan, man, they have a fucking bizarre fixation on black people. Okay, you don't fucking know if they hate black people or if they fucking love them so much that they want black people inside their wives. I don't fucking know. Like, do you guys hate those guys or do you guys love those guys? Because in one place you are saying that you hate black people. In other place you are like, please black cock, fuck my wife. Like this fixation is kind of weird, man. You know, like they are normal people. Like, I mean, I shouldn't even be saying this, but like they are. You know, why do you want? Like, why is? I know you want to see your wife getting fucked. Why does it have to be a black guy specifically? You know, I don't know. Maybe hatred and love are just two faces of the same coin at the end of the day, right? But the thing is, 4chan, they were probably responsible for a lot of bad things. Probably a lot of bad things spawned from 4chan. Probably a lot of school shootings probably came from that place, but also they made a lot of good to the trans community and to the black male community, because and sometimes they probably did a lot of good to those two communities combined, because every time I didn't jerk off every day for 4chan porn, but every time I would go to 4chan, I would find cuckold threads, sissy threads, and BBC fucking trannies threads. Surely I never clicked on any of them. Surely not. Definitely not. I'm not a degenerate. Not that liking those things make you a degenerate. But I'm not one. I'm just saying not one. But maybe I am. But maybe I mean, at the end of the day, the world is fucking degenerate, right? Right? I mean, it's not just me. But anyway, so a lot of black people got laid. A lot of trans people got laid. And sometimes they got laid between themselves. And a lot of husbands have seen their wives getting fucked. So at the end of the day, man, everybody's fucking happy. So that's why I want 4chan to be back. Okay, I don't fucking care to any of the other fucking boards. I just want to know that people are fucking and banging and reproducing and being happy. That's what I want to know. Because I mean, we just got so far because of humanity's degeneracy. And you can be sure, like, the West is not fallen, okay? This degeneracy that we see nowadays, man, if you think about it, man, I think it's even less than it used to be back then. People used to be really freaky, man. People were really freaky. People have always been freaky, and we are always going to be freaky. The only difference is that from now on, people are going to be freaky using a VR headset. Okay, we are all going to have our deepest and most degenerate desires fulfilled by an AI machine. And it's going to be awesome. And nobody's going to reproduce anymore, but who cares? Okay, who cares? So yeah, that's my opinion on the 4chan, being hacked. Who knows? Maybe, like, I haven't been watching porn. I haven't watched porn in a long time. But maybe when it's back, maybe I'm going to fucking jerk it off to 4chan. Just to celebrate. Just to celebrate a new era on the dark side of the internet. I guess I don't fucking know why the fuck I said that. But yeah, what else happened? Okay, Pope died, 4chan got hacked. I feel like that's it. Is that all that happened this week? I mean, the tariffs thing is going on, right? The thing is, I get my news from Reddit. Okay, I get my news from World News on Reddit. And on Reddit, people are saying that Trump is folding, Trump's giving up on the tariffs, and that he's bending to China. And I don't fucking know if that's true or not, okay? I don't fucking know. I mean, it's heavily biased, right? But I don't know, like, I don't have any fucking opinion on the fucking tariffs, man. That shit's fucking boring. Okay, I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. I don't like. I want to see China win this one. Okay, but that's because I like China. Okay, I always have liked China, and and I don't know, man. I like China. I don't know why. I just feel some attraction to China. I think it's cool. I think what they did there is kind of cool, right? Because morally, ethically, people are like, people just fucking, they always, what's the fucking word? I fucking hate not knowing the fucking word that I'm trying to fucking use. You know, people always say that China is bad, that what they do is immoral and anti-ethical. But I think their system is good. I think it is. I mean, yeah, they surveil their population 24/7. Yes, yes, but they know, right? They know that if they are assholes to the people, like that's why they surveil the people, because they know that the people hold the power, and that's what, like, how many like China is just a case of dictatorship done right. Okay, people say they believe in democracy. People say that they believe. People have so many ideologies. Communism, capitalism, fucking whatever the fuck it is. Feudalism. Monarchy, whatever. Everybody is pro pro some fucking bullshit ideology, but nobody is pro dictatorship. Nobody. If you ask anybody, nobody's going to say that they are pro dictatorship. But China, when I look at China, what I think is if it's China, I'm okay with dictatorship. Because they do it right, man. They just do it well. Like, they have advanced technology. They feed their people. They give homes to their people. People there are hard workers. Their fucking infrastructure is fucking amazing, right? They have healthcare. Like, yes, the people in power there wants to be in power forever. The thing about China is, they are such an old country that they know what they risk losing if they are assholes. Okay, the government knows, like history has taught the Chinese government that if you want to stay on power, you can't be an asshole to your own people. Okay? They figured that out. And yes, they are holding on to power. Surely, yes, their election is probably, their election is probably not even rigged, because the Chinese people are so happy with their government that why would they vote them out? Yeah, they surveil the people, but who cares? Who the fucking cares? Everybody fucking surveils us. Fucking Facebook surveils us. YouTube surveil, like everybody fucking is collecting our data. I don't fucking care. Okay, if it's the government collecting my data to make my life better and safer and easier, man, just fucking do it, okay? At the end of the day, man, if I have a PlayStation 5, a computer, an apartment, and some good fucking food to eat, man, I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care, and I don't have any reason to care, and I don't have any reason, like, I wouldn't be scared to be caught criticizing that type of government, because I wouldn't fucking criticize that type of government. Okay? If I have access to good food, if I have access to ways of entertaining myself, if I can make my own shit, even though, like, maybe the only thing that I won't be able to do is criticize the government, I can live with that. If all of the other aspects in my life are good, and the government is trying to make it good, why the fuck would I criticize them? I mean, like, is there corruption in China? I don't fucking know, because probably if there is corruption in the government, they probably keep it really fucking tight inside the country, right? But like, I don't hear fucking news about a fucking governor or the fucking president or a fucking mayor stealing shit from people, coming from China, you know. I mean, they are probably all very powerful and rich, surely, yes, of course. But I mean, if they are giving me healthcare, if they are giving me safety, if they are giving me a fucking iPhone, if they are giving me, if I can fucking record a podcast of me saying shit, the only thing I can say is fucking shit about the government, man, I don't fucking care. Give me that shit. I want your fucking dictatorship. I don't fucking care. I don't care about capitalism. I don't care about communism. Just let me say stupid shit on a microphone. Let me have some good foods. Let me have a nice place to rest. Let me have some fucking video games to play. I'm good. I'm sold. I'm sold. And to me, China, that's what China, like, when I see China, when I think about China, that's what I see. I see a dictatorship that was done right. And I'm all in for that. Okay? I'm all in for that. Matter of fact, I'm going beyond. I would say that we should change. People. The thing is, like, the Chinese government says that they live in a democracy, which we know it's bullshit. Okay, we know that. It's okay. It's bullshit. Yes, there are elections. There's no fucking elections. Okay. The West says that China is a fucking dictatorship. I am here proposing a new name for the marvelous Chinese regime. Okay? And let me just think about the name, because I just started saying, but I haven't really thought about the name, but let me see. Chinesecracy. I think that's good. But we could revise it, we could think about it a little bit. But for the sake of brevity, I am here proposing a new name for the Chinese regime, for the Chinese government, because it's not a fucking, like, dictatorship implies something bad, and whatever they have in China, it's not fucking bad. Okay, it's not fucking bad. It's fucking amazing in my eyes. In the eyes of a fucking stupid and ignorant foreign person. So like, dictatorship implies something bad, and in my eyes, China is not fucking bad. Okay, so, and I mean, but it's not democracy. I guess that if we see things from my point of view, that means that democracy is not inherently good either, and it's not. Fucking democracy is fucking bullshit. Kind of. So I am here proposing a new name for the Chinese style of governance, and I name it Chinesecracy. I want more countries to adopt the Chinesecracy, where you have elements of freedom, elements of dictatorship, elements of a good governance and a good administration, using public funding, for the people, and doing good. Like, I mean, the Chinesecracy, man, if you think about it, it's just how things should be. The government should take our fucking money, put on some fucking schools, make some fucking hospitals, make some good fucking infrastructure, foments the technology market. So we have technology advancements. Take our fucking money and like that's just what every government should be doing. Does not matter if there are elections or not. Does not matter if there is democracy or not. Like that's what should be happening already. Does not matter. But it does not. It does not. It just does not fucking happen. So next time people ask my ideology, I'm going to say I'm a Chineseocracy. Chinese. I believe in Chinesecracy. Chinesecracy. Okay, but the name. Okay, we can think about the name a little bit more later. Not now. I can't think of it. But Chinesecracy. Chinesecracy. I like that. Kinda, not really. So yeah, that's my new ideology. I think that the best way to do things is to have some sprinkle of Chinesecracy here, a little bit of freedom of speech. We don't really need absolute freedom of speech, okay? Absolute freedom of speech is bullshit, okay? That does not exist, and it shouldn't exist. Okay, freedom of speech, it does not need to actually exist. Okay, and you know why? Because the world is full of dumb people. Okay, and I mean, I say that I know I'm dumb. Okay, I know I'm dumb, but I'm not going to start a revolution. I'm not going to start a fucking massacre. I'm not going to start a new fucking ideology, even though I just did. But I'm not going to fucking try to kill someone with an ideology, right? So someone like me, I can have freedom of speech. But I am a part of the 1% in the world. I am a rare case. People like me, that are enlightened and, that know the power and the responsibilities of free speech. People like me, we are rare. Okay? So, for the majority of people, that freedom of speech is bullshit. Okay? Don't. It's just going to fucking bring harm to the fucking world. So give up on that bullshit freedom of speech, okay? Don't, okay? That's why I like Chinese government, because they figured it out. They know that the majority of people are like animals, okay? They are like animals, okay? The majority of people were not actually conscious. Okay? And I'm not trying to be edgy here. I'm just being critical. Okay? Freedom of speech is bullshit, okay? And with that, I guess that's it for today. I'm kind of rusty. I'm feeling rusty. I was on the verge of giving up on my dream of making a good podcast. And I think today got me a little bit closer to giving up, because I don't fucking know. But I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back, even though nobody fucking knows I'm back. So I'm going to go. I hope that I can be next week. I hope I can be here next week. I hope I can record another episode of the podcast that nobody listens to. I hope so. Hope to be here next week. And that's it. That's all. Have a good day, a good night, a good what the fuck ever. Bye. Ciao.